Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. My name is Mike. Coming at you with some more NFL offseason news here regarding, this time, Percy Harvin of the Minnesota Vikings. A report coming out this morning that Harvin has asked for a trade from the team. This is after the Minnesota Vikings organization has come out and said they have no intent of trading the star wide receiver return man. I think that it's time for the Vikings to part ways with Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin, let me say first of all, is an extremely talented player. I totally realize how dynamic he is, both as a receiver and in the return game, and there's few guys like him in the league. But between his situation regarding his contract and him not liking it, between him being a little bit of a malcontent, and obviously the injury stuff is a factor here as well, whether it be the migraine headaches, whether it be the fact that he missed the last 7 games last year with an ankle injury and the team still made the playoffs without him. I just think, although he's a supremely talented player, it's time for the Vikings to move on from Percy Harvin. Sometimes it gets to a point where, similar to maybe where the Jets are with Darrelle Revis, where the relationship between Harvin and the Vikings is so fractured right now, and I think Harvin is making it to get exactly what he wants. He's looking to get traded and he's looking to get his money, and I think that's a move that the Vikings have to make. As far as what the market will bear for a guy like Percy Harvin, I think it'll bear a lot. I think they can get at least 2 number 2 draft picks, one for this year, one for next year in return for Harvin. You have to remember, the team that's taking Harvin is taking a guy that's a little bit of an attitude problem, is taking a guy that does get hurt, and they also have to give him a lucrative extension. So there's going to be people saying out there, well, what about 2 number 1s or a number 1 for Harvin? I can maybe see a number 1 if it's team picking late in the first round, but you have to remember all the things that the team that's getting Harvin has to do, most notably giving him a big money extension. Some teams, I think, that could be in the mix for Harvin here as we head towards the offseason if the Vikings do decide to pull the trigger and trade him. What about the Colts? The Colts are well under the salary cap. They could use a dynamic receiver for Andrew Luck, to go along with Reggie Wayne, T.Y. Hilton, and add Percy Harvin into that mix, both as a return man and as a receiver. You're going to hear even the Bengals mentioned. The Bengals have a whole lot of cap room. I think Percy Harvin would be the perfect complement to an A.J. Green. And look, all these teams with cap room, you're going to hear mentioned. I don't think Harvin's a fit for the Dolphins just due to the fact they already have Hartline and Bess. I think they go after a premier stud outside receiver like a Mike Wallace that has been publicized. Another team to keep an eye on out as far as Harvin goes is the New England Patriots. Sort of similar to the Randy Moss situation. Yeah, Harvin's a little bit of an attitude problem, but he's a talented player. The Patriots are $25 million under the salary cap. They bring a guy like Harvin in, whether they keep Welker or not. I think that move would make sense. Then maybe you'll see them move a Brandon Lloyd, or maybe get a big threat outside to pair with Harvin and Welker if they do indeed re-sign Wes Welker. My point with this is I think there's going to be suitors for a guy like Percy Harvin if he hits the trade market, if the Vikings are shopping him. What they get in return obviously always depends on what that team sees in Percy Harvin and if they think they can control him from an attitude standpoint. So we'll see how this situation unfolds, but I think it's time for, although he's talented, for the Vikings to move on from Percy Harvin. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up here in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. And guys, I post anywhere between 3 and 5 NFL and sports-related videos per day here on my YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos. Thanks again for listening, and have a great day.